This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. The Formula One season might be over after race number one, but this little Aussie Battlers podcast is just getting started. This is the mildly amusing, hastily thrown together, poorly thought out podcast that doesn't alienate the little guy. It's a podcast that lifts up the forgotten, the little guy, the downtrodden, the dismissed, the overlooked, the underachiever. This is the Little Battlers podcast that doesn't care what your postcode is, how much hair you've got, or that you're binge-eating hamburgers alone in the Hyundai XL. We try to understand the world of Formula One from an idiot's perspective. So, grab a drink, loosen the belt, sit down, and shut the hell up! 'Cause two slightly overweight, middle-aged Aussie blokes are about to talk Formula One! Hello, Luke.
Your voice is so loud that these springs are picking up your voice and vibrating and echoing through it.
Thus is the beauty of this soundproofed vault, the booth, that any noise gets picked up by the springs.
Yep. I'm going to have to put covers around the springs.
Yeah.
I'll have to get some foam.
Hey, springs! Oi!
See?
They're shocking. They are the worst acoustic. Making this
not
room disastrous.
suitable.
This room is no longer suitable for recording.
I kind of want to throw it to the bin.
But welcome to the booth. We're broadcasting live, and a man that loves broadcasting live from the booth, from the dungeon, from the audio supreme dungeon that it is. It's Lucas. How are you, big fella?
If Kim Jong-un had a dungeon, this would be it.
Yep. A
Like,
bomb.
you know what? I need a perfect, soundproof
Yes.
dungeon,
Yes.
and this is where he'd come.
Because I don't want to hear all my people in the West crying and dying with the nuclear. I want to see here, not hear the screaming, please.
Give us some food.
I don't want to hear that. I've got my food in here. I'm fine. I don't want to hear the noises.
On that note...
Is that race? That's not racist,
No,
is it?
not at all.
No.
I did get called racist several times online for posting the grid, the South Park grid, which
Why does that not surprise me, Luke?
which has some Latin drivers, and of course a lot of South Americans, especially the Brazilians, were not too fond of they consider me very, very racist.
It's weird because Brazilians don't get offended by arse cheeks flopping about.
No.
And but as soon as you make fun of a Latino, they go apeshit.
Which they didn't say anything about Yuki Tsunoda
Right.
or Joe.
No.
They're just looking at it going, wait a minute, these guys, like, it was Alonso, heritage is Latin, Sainz, heritage is Latin, and Checo, Latin. So they are, if you go to the South Park creator, you can tap which it's, one of them's Latin. So I chose that one for those.
And that makes you a racist.
It makes it slightly look like an olive skin.
Yes.
And like, oh, it's racist. Like, I made Lewis Hamilton black because that's the black character.
Yes.
That's Tolkien.
Yeah.
No. But according to Brazil, the snowflakes of Brazil.
Yeah. I think it was less about that and more that you're wearing a Ku Klux Klan outfit at the time.
I mean, holding the sign up, wearing the,
I mean, it's just a guess. I'm just having a rough guess here.
It might be it.
It might be. I could be wrong.
I found some black face paint for you too.
Good.
I
I love it.
It was a big W.
Cheap.
No shit. There's
Oh, wow.
black face paint. Must be
Really?
a big,
That should be bad.
must be a big seller.
This is Australia, though. Anything goes down here. We don't care. There is no racism down here. That's not true.
How else can
That's
you,
not true.
if you want to dress up as Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
how else can you do it?
Exactly. Luke, think of the kids.
Somebody
Think of the children.
kids.
What a mouth-watering podcast, Luke.
It's already started so well.
Straight
off
Should we do a
racism.
recap on the podcast so far?
We're so far.
Should we just have a look at the highlights?
Yep.
You got called a racist?
You're a racist, I'm a racist, and you're a racist. Just by listening,
I was doing Kim Jong-un. Pretty sure that's racist.
that was racist.
Pretty much so. Proudly brought to you by this podcast, Effing One podcast charity, Handjobs for the Homeless. Because why should people on the streets miss out on getting a wristy from time to time. And now the official charity, Luke, of the Catholic Church, granted.
They're right behind it, but they're for younger homeless.
They prefer the younger ones. They do.
That's
And the Williams Formula One team.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You'll see the Effing One podcast hand jobs for the homeless charity on the side of the car this weekend.
Yeah.
Very
forward
proud.
to it.
So
They had a lot of space.
Awesome.
And it was cheap.
It was very cheap. They're giving it away.
One hand job.
Just one. That's all it took. One hand job and
Done. Thank you.
sponsorship for the year.
For the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bahrain. Okay. How was the race? What are your thoughts? Is the Formula One season over?
Yes.
Yes.
Formula One season is done.
Over, but there's other elements to enjoy, Luke.
Yes.
Tell us about the race. What did you love? By the way, congratulations on picking Alonso in the top 3. That was your call.
Well, I think that was a pretty easy call. If you'd sort of paid any somewhat attention to the pre-game hype, as we'd call it. F1 was ready for an Alonso surgence. Aston Martin has pulled their finger out, and they've stolen, swapped, whatever they've done. Maybe they've just got... Checo said it's nice to have 3 Red Bull cars on the podium. I don't see it. I mean, the front nose isn't... The side pod's a little... Yeah. But a lot of people went with it as well. Disappointing. So Ferrari this weekend for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah. Charles Leclerc will have 10 place grid penalty.
Oh.
Because he changed, so they get 2 electronic, like a battery bit. It's not the main battery, it's a little bit off it. And that, in technical terms, the battery bit off it.
Yeah. Very good, Luke.
That's been replaced. So he can only get 2 of those. So he's already used 2.
Yes.
And he didn't finish the Bahrain Grand Prix. Going into Jeddah, he's had to change it. He's got a 10-place grid penalty.
Oh, bugger. Well, that makes this
race
even worse.
They haven't even started the second race.
And the only team that's got a chance of beating the Red Bull is now handicapped.
I don't understand how they didn't pick that up in the entire testing they had in Bahrain.
Yeah.
Surely they didn't just test one car. They tested both of them.
Yes.
Carlos Sainz didn't have this issue.
No.
But why aren't they... why are they figuring this shit out now?
Why are they just constantly fucking up, Luke? Ferrari.
They've got a Frenchman at the helm now.
Well, that's not going to help. That's not going to help.
Jean Todt used to be the French maestro that led Michael Schumacher to many world titles, and his wife just won an Oscar. Congratulations.
Oh, Susan Tost.
Stephen Toast.
See, Stephen Toast, just a lovely man. Lovely. His husband.
No, there's Everything Everywhere All at Once won the Oscar for Best Actress, and she won it. So
that's fantastic.
I knew he was married to someone.
Yeah.
I didn't realise
just
it
didn't
was
know
her.
it was a woman. Just surprising.
Little Napoleon getting up on his...
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so the Bahrain Grand Prix, it was a decent race. There was heaps happening all around. A lot of guys went backwards. A lot of guys went forwards. It wasn't a straightforward race, except for the 2 up front. They kind of fucked off and went into the distance. But everything else was very, very interesting, and it was good to see.
If you take away the first 2 cars, we had a race. It was an interesting race.
I was hoping, because I put a tenner on Alonso.
To win. So did I. I put a $5.
Oh, okay.
I'm not as rich as... I don't have
You are richer than me now.
I don't have access to the F1 podcast
the
funds.
coffers.
The coffers. The booty. Yeah, well, there's a lot of miscellaneous funds in there.
Yeah. It was just resting in my account.
For a rainy day. Like, this equipment doesn't come cheaply, Luke.
No.
This doesn't just happen.
The Podbean subscription
This quality
every year.
podcast doesn't just happen by itself, Luke.
We put Pete on the street corner, and he gets a lot of money.
Yes.
There is a lot of men.
That's mostly from
women.
the hand jobs, though. Handing out $5 hand jobs.
Yeah.
He's
you could do 4 or 5 at one time.
Very good.
He's like a drummer. He's
like the guy that's got the drum on his back, he's got the cymbal on his ear, and he's got the maracas in the hand, the whole lot.
He's doing it behind his knee.
Behind his knees.
He's doing it.
That's a sensual part of your body, Luke. That's a very sensual area of one's man.
He's loving it.
He's loving it.
He's representing the podcast well, and earning a little bit of coin, which I wasted on Fernando.
He deserves it.
But if last year Red Bull had 2 DNFs,
Yes.
Checo's was on the last lap.
Mm.
Max is a little bit earlier than that. I was like, maybe. Just maybe.
Yes.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, I think but Christian Horner's been setting some warning shots over Chico's bow, hasn't he? Saying some stuff like, time to step up, better step up. If you don't, be careful, better do your best. Time to, pull your finger out because he knows who's in the wings waiting.
Yeah, and Checo and Daniel are very good friends.
Right. Well, until they're fighting over a seat, perhaps.
I think that the way to fight over the seat is to have some kind of musical chairs.
Musical chairs.
So it's in the middle.
Yep.
And then they have to just run around.
I like that.
Once that stops,
Yeah.
whoever gets the seat gets the seat.
Right. It's so close between you guys in the car, on the circuit. Let's just do musical chairs.
And Daniel,
it's easier.
If you're listening, I'm sure Crofty will rip this off at some point. Daniel, if you're listening, probably not, but you should. You've got nothing else better to do.
He loves this. He loves his podcast. He loves F1 Podcast.
He's
Dan,
gonna be.
look at Luke. He's got something to say to you.
Daniel, you and me, right? Look down.
In the eyes.
Once the music stops, grab the fucking chair.
Just grab it.
Grab it.
Whatever you need to do, grab it.
Don't try and sit on it.
Yes.
Grab it.
Can you imagine how boring Drive to Survive is going to be, 2023 edition, without you in it? What the fuck are we going to watch?
He's going to have to start doing some nudie runs just to make it interesting.
I think so too.
But they'll probably miss it and just show 4 episodes of Silverstone.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one person that could nail eating the native dish on your lap while doing a qualifying best time, it's Dan Ricciardo with a hot pie. A hot meat pie, 4 and 20 pie.
As of the next podcast, that's how I'll be doing Luke's lap.
With a 4 and 20 on your lap.
I'll be eating while I drive.
And it's got to be scorching. You know how like they put it, the footy, it's just too hot. It's like 70 degrees. Oh, someone's turned up the oven to 70. You got to eat it like that. So you just turn in the corner. Only way to do it.
Yeah. To burn the roof of your mouth, your tongue, and everything else.
You haven't had a pie unless you burn the roof of your mouth.
And you want to come out and you'll see pie gravy on your overalls.
And 3rd degree burns on your chest. And no hair.
You don't need hair.
Who needs hair? Oh,
Look at us.
Look at us, hey? Perfectly.
We don't need hair.
No, it's...
Sure, we want it. We really, really want it.
If we could just get it to move from here.
It's like melted.
To move up.
It's gone this way. It's gone down to the back and chest.
With altitude.
To the arse.
Yep.
Not stayed up there, just fallen off.
Yep. Coagulating right there where it shouldn't be. That's what it's doing. Big
coagulation.
Furry bush. Big bush.
Huge. Like
I'll wax yours if you wax mine. We'll just do each other.
Is there enough wax?
Oh, you know what we need to do? Talk to Sebastian. He knows. He knows the best way to exfoliate.
No one does it better than Sebastian.
We'll speak to him very soon, by the way, very quietly. Now, you got some news, Luke. You got some news. You've heard some rumours about Terry, the troublemaking pit crew member who a couple of seasons back was jumping around causing mischief, mayhem.
He was. Terry's back.
Is that right? Is he really back?
Did you watch Alpine?
Yeah.
So Ocon comes in. He's got a 5-second penalty. And they can't touch the car until 5 seconds is done. No one touched the car for 5 seconds. Then you touch it, change tyres, whatever.
Gotcha.
Someone touched the fucking car. Terry. Fucking Terry. So Terry has taken it over. And now that he's come into Alpine just for the weekend.
Yeah.
And he's gone, you know what? Fuck this. He screwed up Ocon's race. Because Ocon got a penalty for, what was the original penalty for? Doing something dumb.
Boring? Being just a French bore?
Incredibly French and
Too
dull.
French.
He did something. He hit someone. No, he didn't hit anyone. What did he do? No. He was out of the grid. When they lined up on the grid, he was out and a little bit over. So they've gone, pinged you. You can't fucking do that, you cheat.
Of course.
He's just putting on some fresh tunes for us to listen to.
Just got some air conditioning comfort in here.
Oh,
Sorry.
This.
Just got my... I didn't mean to distract you.
Is this what... No, I just want to... Because you're going to be seen.
What?
So they just need to see that you're pressing...
It's a Dakin. It's a good quality air conditioning unit.
Dakin?
It's
Australia's favourite air.
The split system. It's proudly sponsored by Dakin Air. F1 Podcast. Just
stick it up your Dakin.
We got enough listeners to warrant maybe a discount on my next aircon set. What do you think?
Oh yeah, there's tens of listeners.
Really? All right, I got myself a case. Got myself a case for my second one half price.
Take that.
Yeah.
Bring it in, Dakin.
Ocon What an idiot.
So he's out of place, comes in. Terry grabs the car too quickly before the 5 seconds, so therefore he didn't serve the penalty properly, so he has to come back in, so they've added 5 seconds. So the next time he has to do a 10-second pit stop before touching the car. Yeah. And then he sped in the pit lane. He sped by 0.1 kilometre an hour over, so he had another 5 second penalty.
What a fucking muppet.
So no surprises.
And they thought it was a good idea to have an all-French team. Oui, oui.
Oui.
Monsieur.
Oui, oui. Enchanté.
What a fucking idiot. Norris. Talk to me about Norris. You got more news. Man, you're a man of information today.
Yep. So Norris is, he had some, I think it was a hydraulic issue, but they could actually top the car up. So when he pitted, they would just fill it up with hydraulics. Then it would fucking leak, and then he'd come back in the pits and he'd top it up.
Right.
He couldn't last till his pit stops. So he pitted way too many times. He ended up second last, third last.
Fuck.
On the podium for the third championship, but
McLaren
did not.
McLaren.
Fucking hell, Daniel pulled the pin right then, didn't he?
Oh, didn't he just? Sitting back, getting paid 23 million, whatever it is, US a year, to sit back and watch a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Who's the winner?
And he probably gets paid by Red Bull.
He is an absolute winner. It's getting paid by Red Bull. Or just hanging around the garage at Red Bull's payment enough. Well, McLaren's paying me to be here, fellas. Can I wear your shirts? Where the free hats?
Pandering Helmut Marko.
I love it.
So hydraulic issues, not a great weekend for McLaren. And then for Verstappen. So he won the race. I don't know if anyone realised. Max Verstappen won the race, the Belgian/Dutchman.
Yes.
Well, he's really Belgian.
He's not a Dutchman, is he?
No.
Nice try, Dutchies.
Oh, no. I feel more Dutch. Well, I feel black, so no, I'm not going to do it. You thought I was going to say the N-word. Didn't.
Don't do it. Don't bloody do it. We've only got 10 listeners. I don't want to lose any more.
They're probably all white anyway. Wouldn't care.
There's no blackies watching.
They're sitting at home saying it right now, like, I'll say it for you. I'm not allowed to.
No, don't.
Because I don't identify as a black person.
No.
And he identifies as Dutch, so go figure.
That's right. You're more black than he is
Belgian,
Dutch.
that's right. 100%. Oh, my dad's Dutch. Yeah, well, I'm 1/16th Jamaican, but you don't hear me screaming the N-word. So Max Verstappen, he had a ramp. It was like this little digital display that he was going to park his car on.
Did you say car?
Car. Park his car.
Park his car.
Yes. Park his car next to the broadcast centre.
Broadcast centre. That's the South African in you.
Yeah, that's
hey?
See,
you're not black,
again,
but you do identify as South African.
South African. See, I'm getting there. Every episode, I'll bring out a little bit more of my personality before round 23, and I'm swinging out the N-word.
We'll know the real Luke by then.
Yep, freedom of speech, people. So it was like a ramp. It was like a rubber wedge ramp. I don't know what it was made of, but let's just say it was not affixed properly. For Formula One, known for its great innovation, great technologies, the great minds of Formula One, and they come up with a ramp that moves when someone puts their foot down the accelerator to get up on the ramp. And the tyres are sticky as well, but he accelerated, and a part of the ramp went flying backwards into Checo's car.
Jeez. Well,
great job, Formula One, in terms of, really preparing, being safe for everyone. There could have been some little retarded boy sitting there.
Yep.
His make-a-wish was
Multiple
to be in Bahrain, and he's there fucking shaking back forward, whatever he does.
No.
And boom, a wedge comes in and hits him. Apparently no one was injured. I think they swept that under the rug. It's Bahrain. You can do whatever you want.
Yep. The brain cancer didn't kill him, but
the
Max Verstappen on the wedge.
The Belgian wedge. That's what it is. And Piastri, we know he had problems. Piastri problems prevented a positive premiere.
Oh, nice. A tongue twister for you today.
There you go.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can say it.
Piastri. Where is it?
Piastri problems.
Piastri problems prevented positive premature ejaculation. That's not there. You just, no.
No, it did prevent it, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I was on the edge.
Yeah.
As soon as the lights went out,
I
was away we go.
Oh, God.
No, something wrong with him. But he actually had a good race until that point.
No.
So.
I'm hoping the best for him, Piastri,
yeah, me
but
too.
expecting the worst.
From McLaren.
Yes. The third championship.
Just a side note.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc's team,
Yeah.
the Premier team from his F2 and F3 days,
Yes.
say that he's better than Charles Leclerc.
That doesn't surprise me, Luke. You don't win how many? 3 world championships on the first attempt.
Formula Renault.
Formula
3.
Duh. Formula. Well, 2.
Formula
Sorry.
1 will be there.
Yeah, well.
Give
But
him time.
3 in a row. No one else has done that, Luke. No one else has won 3.
No.
What does Charles Leclerc win? 3 and 2 only.
He's not winning his first years.
Did he not win first year of... I think he might have done.
F2?
Yeah, F2.
F2, yes.
And F3?
F3, no.
Okay.
Hmm.
I thought he did.
No.
George Russell did. One
But
first
not
time,
back to
first
back.
crack. But not back to back.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
He's a little bitch.
He's a little... So tell us the third champion. This is the reverse grid. We celebrate here, F1 Podcast.
You know, like our podcast.
Like our podcast. We celebrate the worst. I mean,
We
we're not
are
going to say we're the worst podcast. There's worse out there.
Is it?
Is there? Have we done our research?
It's-
We can't say that
We've
for
never
sure.
done research.
Research?
Why start now?
We've asked a bloke, and he said we're not the worst. I asked him,
Yeah,
and he said we're not the worst. Science.
probably a little bit are. So the third championship is the reverse championship. So if you finish first, Max Verstappen, you get 25 points.
We don't care about Max finishing for... Boring!
Boring.
It's a snooze fest.
Don't care
we
about
know
it.
the Formula One season's over. It doesn't matter.
But what's not over?
Is the third championship.
That's right.
Who's going to come last? I
Mate,
don't know.
there's no Nicholas Latifi
We don't-
anymore. We can't be ready for him to just come
Correct.
storming in and taking the shit. It's
It's a
gonna
fair
be someone
fight.
else.
It's a fair fight.
Yeah.
Who's your tip this year for the third?
Oh, I don't know. Sargent had a good race, but at the leader at the moment,
Yes.
because the person who finishes dead last and the first
Yeah.
retirement of the race was Oscar Piastri.
Oh, God, that's not good.
So the stolen one, he's on negative 25. The chosen one, Charles Leclerc,
Charles Leclerc.
just spoke about him.
Negative 18.
The French stick, Esteban Ocon.
Negative 15.
Yep. And then we have Chuck Norris.
Chaco Norris.
The talented Nico, Deep Fries, Suck My Balls, Great Wall, New Latifi, Sweary Sonoda.
Oof, there you go.
That is the third championship, reverse championship.
Do we still have the third championship that we, producer Pete, whittled so beautifully so many seasons back?
Oh no, he makes one every week.
It's a fresh one. Oh, good.
Mm.
It's fresh. It's then vacuum sealed. It's sprayed with some silver coating,
Yep, and glitter.
deoxidized, glittered, and then fashioned in the shape of a gold nugget. Popped
So
on
we
a bit
get
of oak.
We get a nice piece of oak.
Yes.
So we've got a little plaque. on the
American
side.
oak.
American?
Finest. It's the finest oak
Is it?
of the oaks.
Of the oaks. Of all
family.
the oaks?
Of all the
All
oaks.
right, we'll go with that. And he just basically squats over it
Yes.
and just
Wherever it lands,
It's a masterpiece.
it lives. Yeah. You step back, it's slightly askew. It's not quite centered. You could ask Pete to have another crack.
no, that's it. He
But
corks.
there's no point.
He
corks
corks
it.
for the whole week, and then every week he's like, "Time for a new trophy." Uncorks. Bah.
2 days before, terrible cramps.
Oh.
Hang on, Pete.
It's
Just
like, hold
hang
it
on,
in.
buddy.
Hold it
It'll
in.
be worth it.
Yeah. And then he lets go. And then we we've got 52 weeks of turds, and we just sort of choose
The nicest.
which is the best
the best.
turd. And
Turd.
We send it on
But
to
every week we have a fresh one to give to
Nicholas
the
Latifi.
Nicholas Latifi normally, but this week it's not.
It's our boy.
Piastri, enjoy your very first ever F1 podcast turd.
First ever. It could be
On a-
your last.
Might be. Hopefully, it's your
I
last.
reckon we'll get it next week.
It's going to look nicer.
He'll still be top of the championship. I don't think we're getting the top 10.
It is going to look nice sitting in that.
Papaya.
No, I was thinking
Sitting a turd on-
his trophy cabinet next to the Renault, the F3 and the F2.
Yeah, world titles.
Mm,
And then boom.
right next to it. F1 podcast
Pete's steamy turd.
turd championship
Yes.
of the week.
That is the turd championship.
Very good. Very
We got
nice.
some tips in terms of our tipping competition.
Yes. Oh, sorry, you're going there.
We've a lot of people forgot to put their tips in for the race.
I didn't do any.
No, you never do. It's because you're a cunt.
Too busy.
You're not busy.
Too busy, Luke.
I've made this survey so quick.
You have.
It
I
takes
don't-
about 25 to 30
There's
seconds.
really no excuse for me not to do this.
I've sent him links many times, even last year.
Yeah, but
when-
have
when
you
he
sent?
wanted nothing to do
have
with
you
it.
sent a carrier pigeon, Luke? My preferred transport choice for information and letters is a carrier pigeon or a bottle.
I sent
Yes.
a carrier swallow
That
just
wouldn't
under
be
his-
Speckled Jim, was it? 'Cause
No.
I ate him. He was delicious.
No.
There was a bird over here last week. I shot him and I ate him. I hope that wasn't... There was some paper in his...
He was a bird.
Was some
Did you
parchment.
shoot a trans woman?
Yeah, she was delicious. There was the little bit in the middle was a bit chewy, but the rest was fine.
It always is chewy in the middle.
Yeah.
You got to cook it right. Anyway, you can get practice on that. So I'm going to give everyone points from their qualifying
Oh, good.
to the
All right.
same tips, but I've only tallied up what was the people who put in their full tips.
Please.
So I got 14. Cliff got 12. Finn,
Mm.
which is one of the Foley Boys' sons.
Okay, cool. Finn.
Finn?
Finn's back. Is
Finn?
he?
Thanks,
How
Finn.
is he?
I don't know.
He's a sophomore, isn't he? He's a sophomore at the university.
No, he's very young.
Nah, very young. Very, very, very young.
Very young. But Finn's in the championship,
Is he?
and he's doing quite well. He's one behind me.
He's doing better than I am.
He's 13. Yeah, you're doing
Good
terribly.
on you, Finn.
So then we've got T's on 5. Pete, he got 8 for quali. Jim got 6. Adam got 5 because you get the lowest points
The
since
lowest
you didn't
points.
submit.
No, you're right.
And Marcus, he didn't put anything in. He gets 5 as well. Pat got 8. So then I'll take all those tips and put
You weren't
them-
lying. We have 9 listeners.
Yep.
Every single one of them is
Yep.
putting
Three
in
of them.
tips.
3 of them are related.
Three families.
Yep.
Well, it just goes to... It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tipping with our 9 listeners.
It's like-
it's a family.
It's a commu-
This is a community,
There's-
Luke.
You know, there's people that listen that don't want to be part
Correct.
of it. That they just
don't want to be identified.
I want to listen.
Who-
I want to just be taken away from the nonsense of the
I
world.
want to escape.
I don't want to do your stupid tipping competition.
I don't even want to hear about it. But you will anyway.
Thanks. Thanks for listening, you
Thanks for sticking with us.
assholes. So we got Max, Perez, Alonso, Sainz, Hamilton, Stroll, Russell, Bottas, Gasly, Albon. Joe did the fastest lap. He gets no points because he's outside the top 10. Constructors' Championship, Red Bull 43,
That's
Aston
all over.
23, Mercedes 18, Ferrari 12, Alfa Romeo 4, Alpine 2, Williams 1.
Aston Martin, second in the championship.
Williams has a point.
That's true.
Does McLaren have a point? No.
Wow. Ooh-wee. McLaren's got some tough times ahead, unfortunately.
Yep.
Let's get into
It
the
just
awards.
proves how good the hand jobs for the homeless
Oh,
promotion. We've got a point there.
oh, yeah.
1 point for hand jobs for the
That's
homeless.
because I feel so much lighter. Been carrying with those full baggage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's not known as a heavy car.
No, this car's much lighter now. Very good, said
Very,
Sergeant
very
over the radio.
With the awards.
Awards ceremony, Luke. All right, we've got fresh awards to give away this. Yes, the red carpet has been pulled out. The F1 red carpet is down. Thank you, Lucas. And we're ready to...
As provided by Luke's mum.
As provided by Lucas's mum. How is Luke's mum?
It's a good green tea. Shout out to our new sponsor, Organic Green Tea.
Tea.
Does it have a label? Is that it?
Yep.
I want to launch my own brand of tea.
Yeah. Gumbai.
It's called CUNT. Try CUNT. My grandpa, before he passed away, he was keen on doing an ad for it. He was going to drink from a cup and he put down, "That's good CUNT." He was like 89 and he wanted to do it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Love that, man.
That's awesome.
So the
We can
awards.
send it. The best overtaking move?
Yep. So we've
Is that what
got
you're going to go with?
best
Okay.
overtaking maneuver of the weekend
Yep.
of the race. Sonoda on Nick De Vries and Joe. Sonoda got 2 blokes in one go. Very, very good. But I think the pass for Alonso on Lewis Hamilton going into turn 10. Very difficult place to overtake. You'd see it probably in the junior categories, but for Alonso to pull it off and make it happen, fantastic. He showed a bit of initiative. He tried down in turn 4 and he tried, he's like, I won't go into turn 1.
Yep.
But he made it happen, caught Lewis napping, and made a great move.
Sneaky Sonoda. Well done. Now, formerly the UG E-Day Award, now the Nicholas Latifi Award. Who wins that one?
Well, for finishing dead last on
yes.
debut.
Coming dead last, being rubbish.
Dead last debut. There's the another,
What else?
what do you call it?
Yeah. Pun?
No.
Literary pun?
No,
No? Tongue twister?
no.
What are you trying to think of? I'm trying to help you.
When
here,
you
mate.
say the same letter for the start of every... There's people screaming at the podcast right now going, it's this!
I don't know, Luke.
I normally have it because I use it quite a bit. Anyway,
I can't think.
yeah. Oscar Piastri.
Yes. Yes. Good. Oscar Piastri.
Yep, for getting the Nicholas Latifi Award.
Oh, well done to him.
Former UGE Award.
Yeah, very nice.
Wasting everyone's time.
Green Award, Luke, who has been looking after the environment by not doing much, by conking out early. Who did
Conking
that?
out early. You'd think it would be a Piastri, but the amount of times Ocon came into the pits,
Oh,
he's just like, you know what? I don't want to waste so much fuel. I want to come in, not go at full speed, and then he didn't finish the race at all. So great from Ocon. Really think about the environment, lower his carbon footprint. Congratulations,
French.
Alpine and
done.
Ocon.
well done to you. The Pastor Maldonado Award, Luke. I forgot what that award's for.
Dangerous driving.
Dangerous driving.
It's past
He was
Maldonado.
crazy. He was a
He
crazy
won
driver.
one race, and he hit everyone every other race.
Killed a lot of people. He was a killer of
Three
many
people died
drivers.
last. Yeah, so Pastor Maldonado Award for dangerous driving goes to Lance Stroll
Aha.
for rear-ending his teammate on the opening lap. He just went straight in the back of Alonso, nearly
That's right.
took him
Almost
out.
took him out.
Alonso
Didn't he hit
held the slide,
Hit the tyre, didn't
hit
it?
the tyre.
Hit the
The tyre didn't burst.
Far out. That would have been an interesting conversation back
I
at
would
the
like
garage.
to think it's similar to NASCAR bump drafting. He's just
Yeah.
going, I'll try and help you.
Yeah.
Try and help you through the corner.
Yep.
Go through there quicker. Didn't really help. Hindered. He lost the place. But he got it all back. Silly move, but he does get the dangerous driving award.
Alonso would have been quite irritated. I would have loved to see
He
Alonso
was-
over the radio
He wasn't happy,
if that had finished his race.
but he was. But hey, props to Lance Stroll for finishing a Grand Prix with a broken wrist and a fucked
Oh,
foot.
yeah. Yeah. Amazing. The F1 Podcast Award, Luke. What's that award for again? I can't even remember these awards.
Making F1 great again.
Of course
That's
it
what we
is.
do.
That's what it is.
Yeah. We make F1 great again. Well, we try to. We attempt to. It's Alonso and Aston Martin, a lovely car to drive for third and sixth to finish the race. Congratulations, Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso for making Formula 1 great again. If it wasn't for Alonso, there wouldn't have been those overtaking.
No.
Imagine if it was Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel, two former world championships in a very, very fast car. It'd be fun.
That would be awesome.
Imagine how much Sebastian will be enjoying Formula 1 now.
He must be just pissed off.
We'll talk
Just
to him later.
sitting back. Well, yeah. But I've got a feeling he's got other things on his mind. He often does. And it's not Formula 1 related.
No.
Never mind. Speckle Jim is back. The Speckle Jim Award.
The Speckle Jim medal. It's a 3-2-1, best on ground.
Yes.
Best on track.
Yep.
3 votes goes to Alonso.
Yes.
2 votes goes to Pierre Gasman Gasly for coming dead last and getting into the points.
Yep.
In an Alpine, being a French driver, congratulations, not an easy thing to do. And Lance Stroll, as we said before, yeah, he did punt his teammate, but he did finish 6th with a broken wrist,
He showed a lot
2
of heart.
fractured wrists,
2 fractured
and a
wrists.
broken toe.
Yeah. He had a big heart out there. Gave 110%.
He did.
Well
You
done
wouldn't
to
really
you.
think that from him, but he went above and beyond. And
You don't expect that from a billionaire's son, do you?
No, you really don't expect it. But he said, the more I try, the better my results are, which is a great lesson, as opposed to Lewis Hamilton's, if you believe you can do whatever you want.
But if you've got a shit car, I'm not going to try. That's his motto.
Yeah.
If I've got a great car, I'll try. If
Yeah.
I'm not going to try.
100%.
Inspiring for the kids.
So just believe it, and therefore you deserve it. That's not the case. If you work hard, the
Work
results
hard.
come. That's exactly what Stroll said. Someone
Work
coming
hard.
from a billionaire,
Thank you.
which isn't really used to working.
Yes.
So the finish was Verstappen, Perez, Alonso. Crofty called him the Fonz as well, by the way.
Did he? He didn't. He did not steal the Fonz.
He called him the Fonz.
Well, we know who's been listening to this podcast, don't we? But he's listening to it like 2 years. He's gone back 2 years of Formula One podcast, F1 podcasts, to get this info.
4 years.
So what's he going to come up with in 2 years, 4 years? What's he going to come up with in 2027?
If he still has a job in 2027, you'd be talking about this one
This
right now.
exact episode.
Yeah.
He'll be bringing that up, saying, "Oh, you've heard it here first. Hey, guys, you heard it here first. Look at me. I'm real funny, aren't I?
Twat.
Super smart."
Driver of the day was Alonso. Fastest lap show, as I said before, with a 1:33.996. Yep.
Yep.
Fastest pit stop was Ferrari with a 2.22. And now we move on to the Saudi Grand Prix
Yes, the Saudi Grand Prix.
in Jeddah.
Oh, gosh. Who doesn't love a Grand Prix that's built on the stains of dead international workers from the Philippines and Pakistan?
Yeah.
Slave labour.
Yes.
Jeddah.
Yep.
The Arabic word for slave labour.
As we
Jeddah.
use our Apple iPhones, I just want to point out that we Don't mind a bit of a slave.
No, yes. As my soccer ball, kick my soccer ball.
Saudi Arabian Grand Prix now. Normally you'd have a Luke's lap. But
Yep.
because my Formula One race game is actually a 2019 version, it doesn't have this track.
Oh,
so
of
I've got no
course.
lap to show
Yeah.
you, but it would have been mediocre at
I
best.
thought you were going to say it's in the pits, getting repaired. The simulator.
The sim.
The Sim's getting a
Sim's
fresh
up on blocks.
set of wheels.
So we've got a 6.174 kilometre track, 50 laps. First Grand Prix was 2021, race distance 308.45 kilometres with a lap record of 1 minute 37.34. Now, last year's results was Verstappen, Leclerc and Sainz, a great little battle with Leclerc and Verstappen trading DRS zones, trying to break ahead of who would get the next DRS zone after Max absolutely fucked up the perfect lap for pole position, which pole was given to Perez after the Belgian, Max Verstappen, crashed into the wall on the very last corner. It was a
Yes.
perfect fucking lap until
Yep.
that point.
Yep, that's right. Well, it always throws up a lot of cool scenarios, this race. Traditionally, although we don't necessarily agree with the country hosting it and the blood spilt, it does. Who designed this track? Because it's bloody fun. It's fast and dangerous.
It's a street circuit.
It's a street circuit.
Yeah,
it's
they've
fun,
got crazy streets.
fast, crazy street circuit.
They've moved some walls back, parting
Okay.
out like arse cheeks. They've moved some back just for better sight lines through some of the corners because
Yep.
I think when guys were crashing, they probably didn't see what was ahead. So they've moved
I
some.
think this is my favourite race.
It's a pretty good track.
Under lights, it just looks
Take
pretty
the
good.
track out of Saudi Arabia.
Put it somewhere, anywhere else, Luke.
Perfect race.
Anywhere.
What happened to Vietnam?
Let's put it in Vietnam. What happened to Vietnam?
They had a race
They had a race.
that was supposed to be in for 2020
That's right.
or
They
2019.
What happened? Was it COVID?
No, I think it was corrupt.
Corrupt.
They realised
Yeah.
that. Wait a minute.
The other sea. More deadly.
Cunts.
Yeah. Hey, wait. What happened to Narang?
Nothing has happened.
We were supposed to have a Narang GP here on the Gold Coast.
We should have. 2020 was a great year.
We almost did.
We should have had, like, when COVID hit and we cancelled the Melbourne Grand Prix, we should have locked everyone in.
Yeah. Or Bernie. Bernie Eccleston.
I thought you said Bernie in Tasmania. mate.
Bernie in
That's
Tasmania said it's a go up, but Eccleston also, with the large bag of money that was at the time we were flush with funds, just
we gave him-
magically appeared on his
We
doorstep.
gave him 3 Bitcoin.
3 Bitcoin we did. When we bought it for like $1 back in the day, we handed over to Bernie, and that's when we got assurances that
How
Narang
else do you
was-
pay for these fancy foam Bitcoin?
This doesn't come cheap, my friend.
No.
So that's a shame that Bernie had to leave just when he'd secured Narang. Is there any updates on Narang?
Now, it's kind of Narang related. Now, there's been some great big step forward in science lately.
Yeah.
And I was going through some little personal belongings I had at home. And I found a little bone in a box.
Oh, a little bone.
It wasn't my bone.
What kind of bone was it? An
And
animal bone?
It was an animal. It was Speckled Jim.
Speckled Jim
It
bone.
was his femur. I don't know
his
if
femur.
I don't know if chickens
It's the
have
only bone he
femurs.
didn't break in battle. The only bone he didn't break as a professional
That's why I
cockfighter.
kept it. And
Speckled Jim, by the way, was a professional cockfight. It was a
cockfighter.
cock
He
in
had
a cockfighting ring.
He had 127 bouts, 126 losses. The one win he did have was by the other chicken died
Yeah.
of natural causes in the ring.
Correct.
Technically, he wins that one. We won a lot of money.
We did win a lot of money.
Paid for Bernie's Bitcoin.
Yeah. Dodgy eye, bad leg,
Wonky eye.
gout,
He had tinea.
emphysema, big smoker. He used to suck those fags back
Pack
before
a
a
day.
fight. Pack a day. We're like, please, you got to cut back on the fags, Speckled.
And he'd get angry.
You get angry? It
If
was
you-
okay. Have another one then.
If you didn't
Have
give-
another one.
You couldn't give him a patch. He's like, it's not good enough.
No, he did like nicotine patches. It made him irate.
I tried chewing gum, like the nicotine gum. He fucking spat that shit everywhere.
Almost choked on it. Poor little fella.
And yeah, so yeah,
The memories, they still come back. They're so fresh, even now.
so
Yeah.
good news is
Good.
I've sent it away.
The bone
The
to be
bone,
analysed.
and they have taken.
Not the DNA.
They have
Sample of DNA
Yes.
from Speckled Jim's
yes.
femur.
We have cloned
No!
Speckled Jim.
We've cloned Speckled Jim!
Speckled Jim.
Speckled Jim is back! Speckled Jim! Speckled Jim! Oh my God! It's been too long. What do we? Is he just a?
So
is he an
plan
egg
for some
form?
honey chicken next.
Is he an egg? What does he look like? Has he changed?
I've got a photo of Speckled
But
Jim.
he doesn't still have a dodgy eye, does he?
Oh yes, he
Oh,
does.
everything's the same.
Everything's the same.
Oh,
Genetic coding.
What's he doing
He's
right now?
still a heavy smoker.
Medical science can't fix that problem.
They tried.
It's in his DNA.
He's got black lung. And he's 2 days old.
2 days old with the black lung. Speckled Jim's back. Speckled Jim.
Yeah,
Can't
Speckled
wait to
Jim.
see. I can't wait to just put my arms around him.
Pete's excited. He's already got some fights lined up.
Oh, and get the honey soy chicken recipe ready because
He won't
he's
last long.
not going to last with the black lung. Oh, it's going to be delicious.
I asked if they could mix in a bit of Rocky DNA or
Ooh, that's nice.
Apollo Creed.
Because you can do that, can't
Yep.
you?
Bit of splice, bit of taking this out, taking that out.
Yep.
And the first couple didn't work. He just loved to cuddle and drooled a lot. But so we just go, all right, we'll take the Sylvester Stallone out of that.
Yeah.
That wasn't good.
Oops, we just got to. Oh, there's a porn star. He's got a gigantic cock. We thought it was Sylvester Stallone, but it was the other one.
His cockfighting
Stage name was
very
Sylvester Stallone.
He's just whack.
It's not the fighter. It's the porn star, Rocky. Oh no.
No, Rocco Siffredi. He's so aggressive. He could take on some cocks, couldn't he?
Couldn't he?
Yeah, so Speckled Jim.
When can we expect to see him?
I'll put up a photo.
Okay.
You'll see it on the YouTube.
Okay.
Look, where are we at the podcast?
Can we bring him in?
How many minutes? No, we can't. He doesn't like soundproof
no,
rooms.
right.
He doesn't like how
He hates that.
his cry can't echo.
Yeah.
It drives him insane.
He likes resonance. He likes reflection. He likes reverb. Doesn't like a dead room.
Yeah.
Freaks him out.
Yeah. He would like it on this microphone. There's a heap of fucking reverb
Oh,
off that.
absolutely.
Yeah, so Speckled Jim is
Wow,
back.
that is amazing news, Luke. Medical science, a little pack a day, Speckled Jim. Are we going to call him Speckled Jim?
Yeah.
Okay,
Name,
Speckled Jim.
you can't call him anything else.
Number 2.
He remembers his name.
Yeah, 2.0.
Yeah.
Speckled Jim 2.0.
Yeah.
Amazing.
He's
I can't wait
back.
to be.
He might be better. Could be just as shit.
Are we gonna like look after him more and? Or
Yeah, I'm
gonna...
going to keep an eye on when Pete's around him.
Oh yeah, but we're not going to
Well,
put him in the cockfight anymore.
Yeah.
His cockfighting days are over. Or
No.
He's back in.
No, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, he's training.
Oh, mate, put a couple
His training partner isn't that fucking Dippy Bird. That
Fantastic.
murderous Dippy Bird.
This podcast might see a little bit more walking around money very soon.
You'll see this foam change colour
You little beauty.
to blood stains of an indoor cockfight.
It's gonna be this could be the practice ring in here. Oh boy.
Practice ring. We're hosting.
Oh, we're hosting the
It's gonna be
cockfights
live
here.
streamed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Speckled Jim 2.0. I can't wait.
Yep.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. So
We'll be there.
Should we-
Ringside. We'll be broadcasting it live, YouTube. So
you'll find it Speckled Jim.
yeah. Let's talk about the track.
Okay.
Is that what you want to talk about?
No, I'm going to talk about tyres.
Just trying to the whole. I've been on a
Speckled Jim.
Speckled Jim. It's hard to focus back.
You can't bring it back down.
Okay, the tyres, Luke. Tell me about the tyres.
Tyres
What
are
are we-
they
what are we
big, black
expecting?
and round. So I did confuse what I was reading earlier in the year about the new tyre rules that they're going to be making towards qualifying. That you can only use certain compounds during certain parts of the Grand Prix for the qualifying. Didn't actually happen, but apparently that's going to come in from Imola. They're going to trial it out. The driver's saying we don't want to. What's the fucking point? It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I agree with them. But the tyres are the C2, C3, and C4. They're the 3 of the 4 softest tyres of the Pirelli range. So a little bit softer than the previous race. But yeah, my apologies for misleading anyone. I don't think you really cared or noticed. But I was well wrong with that. We got weather coming up.
Where else can you go from Speckled Jim, the fighting cock, to the C4 tyre in a sentence? That's the kind of roller coaster
It's
ride
gone
that
from
we provide.
entertaining back to dull F1.
But that's what you expect. But that's the beauty of this podcast, Luke.
This-
You never know where it's going to turn.
No other podcast can
It's
do
a
this.
hidden little treasure trove of bloody. It's a labyrinth.
Yep. You've got, I've got to
Take-
deal with more shit
Who
with
knows what's
F1.
going to happen next in this podcast?
Yep. Cloning. That's
Cloning.
what's next.
Weather. Weather at Jeddah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let me guess. Sunny.
Sunny. Hot.
Hot. 31s.
31s.
This will be in night Grand Prix. Gets down to 21, 22, depending on the day. 22 Friday, 22 Saturday, 21 Sunday.
Hot and sandy.
That's how I like her. Hot and sandy. Race times for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Yep.
Now, if you are in, what have we got? New Zealand?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. We're going to go with, let's go say 6 a.m.
Okay.
Rough guesstimate.
Yep.
Melbourne, you're going to go for 4 a.m.
Okay.
Narang, 3 a.m. Tokyo, 2 a.m. Perth, 1 a.m. If you're in Adelaide, you'll be at 2:30.
Yes.
No one really cares about you.
No.
Honolulu, if you are in the Hawaiian state, 7 a.m. Los Angeles. I'm going backwards here. Los Angeles, 10 a.m. Edmonton, 11 a.m. North Dakota, 12 p.m. So it's a beautiful time.
One of my favourite Dakotas. North.
You have a choice.
One of the good ones.
You don't like South.
East is a waste of space, isn't it? East.
What about North, South?
Not bad. Yeah, she's all right.
New York, 1 p.m. Buenos Aires.
Don't be racist, Luke.
No.
Don't be racist. The way you said that. Say it again.
Buenos Aires.
You're being racist. You're basically wearing a clown outfit right now.
2 p.m. London, 5 p.m. Warsaw in Poland.
Warsaw.
6 p.m. Istanbul, 8 p.m. Jerusalem, 7 p.m. Very confusing. 7 p.m.
Kathmandu.
10:45 p.m. if you're halfway up Everest.
Where would you like to go if you had a choice of those cities right now, Luke? Where would you like to visit? Some lovely destinations there.
I'd go either Honolulu or Kathmandu.
I'm going to scratch out Warsaw. I'm going to say no.
Why not?
No, I don't know. Just Jerusalem, I'm going to pass. Edmonton, I have no idea. Sounds very boring.
They got a very good hockey team.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid.
I'm going to go Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires?
Buenos Aires?
Oh, the way you say that, you'll go
Racist.
well. Heavily racist.
Heavily.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Driver profile.
Driver profile. Here we go. Driver profile this week. Last week we had Max Verstappen.
The Belgian.
That was the Belgian. Now, who's featuring this week for the driver profile?
So, as requested by my co-host, Adam Ifland, that it goes in the championship order from last year.
Yes.
So, this is Charles, Marc, Hervé, Percival, Leclerc.
Oh, real Percival.
Percival.
There we go.
Yeah. Very fancy.
Very weird.
Pronounced Charles Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, not Charles, not Charles.
Charles Leclerc.
Not Leclerc.
Chocolate eclair.
Leclerc.
Leclerc.
Charles
Lick my Leclerc.
Leclerc.
Yes.
Born 16th of October, 1997.
Whoa. Wow. How about
That's in
that?
grade 10.
Yeah, gosh.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Leclerc began karting at the age of 8, taking 6 junior category titles in 5 seasons in France and Monaco. Leclerc would go on to finish as runner-up to Max Verstappen, the Belgian, in the CIK FIA World KZ Championship 2013. Charles and Jules Bianchi
very good friends.
Became close.
Very close.
In karting, Bianchi and Leclerc's father were friends too, and previously Leclerc, while talking about his bond with Bianchi, he said, "I think it's clear in the eyes of everyone who knows the sport, Jules is an exceptional talent. It's also thanks to him I'm here today as we grew up together." He was his brother's best friend. He was a few years older, my oldest brother's best friend. Our fathers were best friends too. So our families have always been close and still are. Yeah, I learned a lot from him because he helped me a lot, especially in my first year in karting. He had all of the talent to have a great career in Formula One. Leclerc would graduate to car racing in 2014, entering the Formula Renault 2.0 Alps, ending the season as junior champion and runner-up overall. His efforts landed him a spot in the FIA Formula 3 European Championship for 2015, taking 3 wins to finish 4th overall behind championship. Lance Stroll was the champion.
Was he really?
Behind Lance Stroll.
You forget that. Well, I like to forget that because how did he manage that?
A lot of money.
Wow, lots of money.
The Monegasque was then moved into GP3 Series for 2016, taking his first major title in racing cars at the end of the season with 3 victories. Only 3 victories. That's okay.
Yeah.
Leclerc's rapid ascent to motorsports ladder continued in 2017 with the Monegasque racer joining Ferrari Academy ace Antonio Fuoco and the FIA Formula 2 Championship. It would be masterful display of the youngster throughout the season as Leclerc dominated throughout qualifying, especially with the first half of the season, taking 5 wins before the summer break. A further 2 wins saw him end the season as champion in his debut season in the series, putting him in the prime position for the seat of Formula 1. Leclerc's poor performance in 2017 was made more remarkable given the death of his father, Hervé, who had guided him in his career throughout Formula 3 debut. Was a test driver for Haas Ferrari in 2016, then Ferrari Sauber in 2017 before making his debut in 2018. Sauber performed strongly and got promoted to Ferrari after their prodigal son. He was given the nickname The Chosen One by us. Runner-up last year and is generally a nice and very talented man. Let's hope Ferrari can give him a fast car or he finds a team that can.
And that's the driver profile for Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
What's his favourite food, Luke? Did you find that out?
I believe it's waffles.
Oh, waffles. And what school did he go to?
He went to a school in Monaco. It's called the School of Monaco.
Yes. Jeez, you're good. Well done, Luke.
In depth.
Yeah, that's a lot of research. People don't realise the amount of research
That's
that
a lot
goes
of
into.
reading.
That's a lot of reading.
A lot
But
of copy and pasting.
You made it entertaining, Luke. That's the thing about you. You make it entertaining.
Did I?
You did. You really did. So that's interesting. That's a good little... I enjoyed that more than I enjoyed
Everything else.
Max Verstappen. The Belgian waffle. That was interesting. So next week, I guess we'll be hearing from... who came third last year?
Sergio. You would have known that
Anyways.
up in the mountain.
How would I know, mate? I'd taken a vow of silence in the Pyrenees.
Thank God it's ended this podcast. Would have been
Yeah.
like it was last year. You were there last year.
I was there. Just couldn't hear me.
silence.
I was just... But I was doing a lot of charity work, Luke, so that was my part to play in my year off from the sport, being barred for headbutting Jos and Max. I just wish I would have got a better shot in. I feel like I just grazed them. Didn't really get a good headbutt.
You always miss those shots you don't take, and sometimes you miss the shots you do take.
Correct, but it's having a shot. That's what life's about. It's not wondering
Yeah.
and not
You just
leaving
got to visualize it.
Don't leave it in the holster. Just have a crack.
Take that gun out.
Take it out. Have a shot.
Actually, don't.
No, maybe
Don't.
not.
We're not promoting.
We're not literally. Metaphorically speaking. Don't shoot anyone.
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor.
Don't turn off now.
What we're trying to say... forget about it. This is not working. So, we need to probably chat to... Do we have any...
Sebastian.
Oh, we got Sebastian on the line.
Sebastian.
Wait, let's just call him up. He's on fast dial. Favourites. We're going to find him out, ask him about what he thinks about Alonso. You have a chat. I'm going to step out.
All right. Thanks.
Hi, guys.
Sebastian.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey, guys. What's going on? Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is crazy. Oh, my God. I just came from the salon and I just called Heidi. She's in Switzerland with the boys. Little Shumi, little Ricardo, little Louis.
Louis Alonso.
Charles Leclerc.
I
I forget my boy's name. Okay, I love my, but Heidi, she's great, lovely lady. I just have my Aschenbleachen from the Aschenbleachen shot. Yeah, I just feel so fresh. Anyway, hi, what's going on?
So, Sebastian,
Yeah.
just a couple of questions. Adam asked me, how do you maintain, the crops above the manhood? How do you keep it, so you could actually see the manhood underneath the pubes?
You're talking about the hair just above the Ohrenglubbeschläfler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little...
The Glubbeschlafter?
The
Glubbeschläfli.
It's the
Das
the
und
Hitler bit above the dick.
Yeah, das is the hairy bit that gets stuck in your mouth when you're going down on a guy. Oh, what? Oh, Jesus. What did I just...
That happens sometimes for some people.
What you need to do is you need to go to the salon, Lucas. I will take you to the salon.
You have a pube salon?
Just for pubes. There's a salon for everything, Luke. For the Aschenbleachen, for the...
Is there any other kind of, suitable place to go? It's quite a public place.
It's a private place? Do you
Private place?
Do you want me to take you to the... Are you asking me to take you to a private place, Luke, to get your ass bleached?
Yes, I am.
I can do this for you.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about my private life.
know you've
Look,
got steady
I am a
hands.
heterosexual guy with heterosexual needs. I need to, jack off. I need to see girls and, do things to them. Now, tell me about the car racing because I'm a car racer. I'm a 4-time world champion.
4-time world champion Sebastian
I'm a
Vettel.
4-time world champion, motor racing champion.
Yep.
Formula One. Formula One?
Formula One.
Yeah, Red
Wow.
Bull Formula One champion. I cannot believe Alonso is in such a great car. I left the team. I left the team in better shape. I think, let's be honest. If it was not for me last year, doing all the work, just the ground research and the stuff and the testing, improving the car, it would not be so fast. Thank you, Alonso. Where's my thank you card?
How much of an input did you have on this year's car?
Mostly 99%.
You designed the car.
Pretty much.
So what are you doing this year?
Just watching the car. I have my ass bleached. That's all. I'm
two
miserable.
things
Look
you
at
need
me,
to
look.
do.
I'm miserable. I wish I was in the car.
You've looked better.
That's my car. Give me back my fucking car, Alonso.
Do you think you could come back and kick Lance out?
I don't want to come back. I'm offended.
You're
Just deeply.
offended?
I'm hurt. I'm offended.
Mm.
I'm not coming back. I'll be coming, but not on his back.
Someone's back.
Someone's back, not yours.
Not
Unless
mine.
you want me to.
Maybe.
I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go, guys. But you're welcome, Alonso. If I'm just waiting for the thank you card, okay? Feel free to send me a card to thank me for my wonderful cards that I just gave you on a platter.
So where are you?
Enjoy the platter.
What's the background? Where are you?
Oh, this? I'm in Rio.
Rio.
Oh, Rio. I'm in Rio. Hey, fellas. Hey, Caesar. I'm coming, you sexy bastard. Oh, I gotta go, guys. Gonna play some beach volleyball. I gotta speak to Heidi. I'm gonna go see my wife because I'm a heterosexual man, okay? See you guys. Bye. And
Wow.
that was Sebastian Vettel.
That outfit
4-time
was
world champion.
Something else.
It's a mankini. I think they call it a mankini, made famous by Borat.
I have a mankini.
Do you really?
I do.
Is it an orange one?
That's green.
It's green.
It's a neon green
Fantastic.
mankini.
Could you perhaps bring that on the program?
Of course I could.
This is a program.
Of course I could.
Less of a podcast, more of a program.
More of a... Let's watch his...
Tips. Let's get some tips in, Luke, for
All
this
right.
race in Jeddah.
This is how we're going to get you to tip, is by doing it now.
Got me.
All right.
Got me.
All right. So,
Righto.
Red Bull.
Oh, this is the inter-team challenge? Gotcha.
Yep. Max.
Max.
Or, no, good point. Leclerc or Minifon Signs.
I'm going to go Minifons.
Ooh.
Lock that in.
Change that up. Well,
Didn't we do this last week? Didn't I put
No, that was the season.
the overall?
Yeah, and a lot of people did.
Can't we take those tips that I did for the season and put them for last race?
You know what? I'll do that.
Can you?
I'll do that.
I don't know how it works out.
qualifying
It
race.
might work out
If
worse.
you do want to shift any of these, if you're like, I
Yes.
want this for the quality and this for the race, you've got to tell me right now.
No, I'm just going to lock it in. I'm not going to be too variable about it. I'm not going
Okay.
to. I'm just going to lock in one call and be happy with it.
So you're going Signs.
Science.
We're going
Hamilton.
to Hamilton. All right. Next one.
What team
Alpine?
are we thinking? Alpine. Ocon.
Ocon.
Roll the
Okay.
dice a little bit here.
Ooh.
Curveball.
McLaren.
Piastri.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, Crofty.
Crofty, eh?
Yeah,
Go back in 3
shifty.
years and tell me.
Chain smoke and fat litterbug.
Yeah. Speckled Jim.
Alfa Romeo.
I'm going to go Guangzhou. The
Ooh.
Great Wall of China.
The Zhou Great
Yeah,
Wall.
I'm going to go all crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm not going to go Bottas. I'm going to go the Showmeister General.
Bogan Bottas.
Bogan Bottas? No.
He's
not
so
gonna-
Australian right now.
He is. He wants to be.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, I am
Proud of
too.
him. I'm
Oh,
warming to him.
better than being Finnish.
Oh.
You can't do that. You can't do that about the Finns.
They
There's a
are
lot of
lovely.
nice things
They're
about
lovely.
Finland. Pickled fish.
Pickled fish. Smoked ham.
Smoked pickled fish.
Smoked everything.
Smoked stuff.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's all.
Mm.
No, thanks.
You're
And
welcome.
Mika Hakkinen.
Mika Hakkinen. Mika Hakkinen was good,
Timo
wasn't
Mäkinen.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good. That's
Pretty much it.
it. That's it.
Next two.
Then we've gone Alpha. We've gone Alpha Tauri. We've gone Alpha Tauri. We've gone Alpha Tauri. We've gone Alpha. 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 We
I'm going to go Sonoda.
Sonoda?
Yeah.
Williams?
I'll stick with Albon.
Albon?
Yeah, I was going to go Sarge, but I won't.
Oh, Sarge, I was actually impressed with Sarge. I think he did a very decent job.
Yeah. Who we missed?
I think we've missed a team.
We've missed one. We've missed.
We've done Red Bull,
we can do this,
Aston,
Luke. Let's
Mercedes,
work it out.
Ferrari, Alpha, Williams,
Yeah.
Haas.
Haas
holes.
Oh, I'm going to go Hulk.
The Hulk.
Go the Hulk.
Yeah.
He was good. He was very good. I was hoping that he was going to get a top. I actually put a little sneaky fiver on getting a top 6 spot. Luke,
yeah?
he didn't, but I
That
did.
was not what
He qualified
I was
really well.
anticipating.
Anyway.
He did a good job against Mags.
Yeah.
First race back.
Mm.
But the race did not pan out for him.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it, Luke.
That's it. We're done.
Do
Back
we?
with Jim.
Yep.
That's the important bit. We're both a bit racist.
Yep.
And Max Verstappen's won the world championship.
Yep. And he's Belgian.
And he's Belgian.
And we know a lot
Don't
more.
forget that.
Don't forget that. We know a lot more about Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc. Sorry.
Charles.
Charles.
We went to the School of Monaco in Monaco.
Yep. The School of Monaco at Monaco City. Favourite food is waffles. Smoking a pancake.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't wait for the race.
Yep.
We're back here in a couple of days' time. This is a late pod, so we better pop
Get
it on.
this wrapped up and then
Wrap it up.
I'll
Put
be
a
down in
bow
Melbourne.
in it. Put a little bow in it.
Try and
Post
get
it.
some audio from
You're going to Melbourne
going
soon.
Melbourne for the Grand Prix
I'll be here, holding the fort
in the soundproof room.
in the soundproof room, not moving a muscle, waiting for the
We will,
the
and
live
then
cross.
we'll get the Luke slap with the hot pie.
Yeah, Luke, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Luke? Yep, we're live broadcasting live.
What should I say to Fred Vasseur?
What should I say to him? Yeah.
How's waffles going?
How's waffles? All right, let's go get drunk.
Thank you, sir.
See you, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, cunt.
Cheers,